Our lost human history, or maybe a totally different history. Some say space is the final frontier. That's not true. Not at all. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. Mostly all deep ocean. And only 5% of these depths have been explored. And in that 5%, hundreds, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of sunken cities have been discovered. 10 to 50,000 years ago, there were many more large islands or countries like Australia in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. That leaves 95% of the oceans a dark and mysterious frontier. Our relative recent history books that we learn in school have it wrong. Many ancient civilizations have left us answers many call myths. Just as we can't conceive what it was like 50,000 years ago, our ancient ancestors couldn't conceive what it was like 50,000 years in their future. I'd say it was very similar though. Many have come and gone. Some maybe as advanced as we are today. What can we blame this on? Maybe a 12,000 year catastrophic cycle where something happens every 12,000 years and wipes away what was once there? 5,000-10,000 years from now, what will we leave behind? Our electronic devices long be gone. What will we have left? Will we be just a myth? Our houses and cars and different things will be rotted away. Just mysterious chunks of ancient debris. Be a mystery. Scott C. Waring tells of an event that happened 15 years ago or so off the coast of Cuba, where Navy submariners found ancient sunken city. Hundreds of roads and buildings, even pyramids, amazingly intact. There was an exploration that was suddenly cut by the Cuban people to keep it hid. And recently, it was found again by Scott C. Waring. Scott was investigating it on Google Earth from a browser edition. And if you went and looked on the download version, the whole area was completely blacked out, hidden, covered up. Why would it be covered up? It was covered up to remain hidden because our history books have it wrong. 50,000 years of water on top of this place. Some 650 meters below the surface. So, this place is called Bimini. And the discovery is called Bimini Road. Famous American psychic Edgar Cayce, back in the 1930s, said that Atlantis would be found at Bimini. this is part of Atlantis. Atlantis may be a myth, maybe not. Plato speaks of Atlantis being around many a century even before the Greeks. So we have to ask ourselves, like the Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, Africans, South Americans, Scandinavians, the Aztecs, Native Americans, all these ancient civilizations speak of the same Atlantis. The same ATL is in all their histories. That would leave us to think to what some call myth may actually be recorded history. That's where the evidence leads. Plato speaks of, in a single day and night, that a volume of earthquakes and floods completely put the Empire of Atlantis into the ocean to cover it for maybe eternity. In 1884, a U.S. Senator, Donnelly, said that Atlantis was an empire that populated most of the ancient world. So it would make sense that all these ancient civilizations from around the world that tell the same story were connected somehow. The lost empire of Atlantis. Before the water levels rose, was a giant empire. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think about this lost empire of Atlantis. Myth or historical fact? We'll see you in the next one.